Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 91, and these are the games our diggers have for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have a team dig from Christopher Groff and CatDog Joe. DOSGAMES /cards/NOPEEKY. Why do I get a feeling this is going to be something like strip poker or something? I'm going to have to censor the whole thing. Oh boy. SP-STAT-DAN-W1? Huh. And a poker.doc, so I was right about the poker thing. All those DAT files are the exact same size, which almost suggests that they're backgrounds. And we've got a Dan Sola5.exe. Well, here goes nothing. Program title: 5 Squared NOPEEKY Poker Solitaire. Program author: Daniel Willems. Send $10 for registered version. Yep, card graphic image files. There's also apparently supposed to be a high scores data file, but that's not here. Program requirements: clone computer with VGA graphics. So this apparently will not run on a genuine IBM PC. It has to be a clone computer. Program's not registered. Shareware demo program. An error occurred. The program will not exit to DOS after a key is pressed. Well, it was working for a second there. Huh. I wonder why that's happening. I mean, does the scores.dat have to exist? Okay, so I've cobbled together just a blank scores.dat file. Let's see if it actually runs properly now. Because this is actually a problem with some old software, is that it lacks the ability to create files, just read or write them. It's kind of weird like that, but nope, that isn't going to do it. So it needs a specially formatted scores.dat file to work. I'm guessing somebody probably just removed it, thinking that they didn't want the high scores included or something. Okay, so I found an archive online of this exact game with the scores.dat file intact. So let's see what happens now. And now it's working! Haha! This would have been a failed dig, but I got it working. And what am I supposed to do here? It says press S to omit sound, but I haven't heard any yet. During the game, press S to display score table. Okay then. To play the game, simply enter the following number. Y. Okay, so I'm guessing... Okay, so this is like a grid-based poker game. Although it has the diagonals lit up for some reason. Okay, so I'm not allowed to put anything on the yellow spaces for whatever reason. So yeah, the idea behind a grid-based poker game is you're trying to make poker hands on the verticals and the horizontals. What just happened? I can only select the diagonals right now. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why it did that. Can I replace cards? I cannot. I'm not entirely certain how this is working, given that it had me put the things on the diagonals at some point. I'm not entirely certain why it did that. Yeah, it's doing it again. Yeah, I don't know what the logic behind that is, because you don't even see what cards are going to go down. Okay, so it's showing me right here that I got a pair in 2 of the rows, and 2 pairs in 1 of the rows, and then pairs in all 4 columns, in 4 of the columns, and the 3 of a kind in 1 of them. And that totals me to 300 points, apparently. And it's showing what the different values are at the side there. And apparently these were the default high scores for the file that I downloaded. Yeah, if I want to play again, it's telling me to simply enter the following number. What if I put in a totally different number? I want to be a rebel. Let me play. Let me play. Why does it have you do this? It's clearly like some kind of generated number that you have to insert exactly to be able to play. And the card backings are different now. So yeah, this was 5 something NOPEEKY poker solitaire. I don't know. It's, well, first of all, I'm glad it's not like some porn game or something, because then I would have had to censor the heck out of it. But at the same time, I just don't really get why the rules are working here the way they are. And if somebody has a better idea, let me know. Like, I mean, I understand the whole grid-based format going on here, I just don't understand the reasoning behind the diagonals being just totally random like that. Yeah, I can't say I like this game. Next up from Jim, we have DOSGAMES /Arcade3 /SIDEARMS. I'm gonna guess some kind of Western themed game. We got a whole bunch of 16 kilobyte files here. T2screen.pic? Okay. Capcom.pic? What? Okay, now I'm really curious. Hyperdyne SIDEARMS. Copyright 87 Capcom USA? Is this Wares? I think this might be Wares, but at the same time, this doesn't look like something I would have expected. I didn't know Capcom was making PC games this early on. Also an 87, I should probably turn the cycles count down ahead of time. Okay, let's just play it. Joystick or keyboard? I'll be keyboard. Cursor keys for movement. That went by way too fast, despite the fact I turned the cycles down. Also, these graphics are acting bizarre. Anyone else notice there's a strange interlacing going on? Like, look, that's not me, right? It's not just me. There's weird interlacing going on with the graphics, isn't there? Also, we're suddenly in low-intensity CGA. Okay, let me see if I can read those keyboard instructions this time. Insert and delete for firing. And then the shift key apparently does something too. Shift keys aren't doing anything. I really need to see that, that one screen better. Okay, the emulation is paused right now. It looks like it's still recording the screen, though. So, insert key fires right, delete key fires left. I was pushing insert delete, they weren't doing anything. Maybe it means like the keypad? So maybe I have to use a numeric keypad for this. Okay. Yeah, you do have to use a numeric keypad. Oh, but wow, are these controls bad? These are the kind of controls where you have to push the key once for every space you want to move. Oh, these are bad controls. Ooh, I got a power-up. Oh, and it looks like there's power downs in this game. That's not cool. Oh, and I got a boss of some kind. With shots that I couldn't possibly dodge. How have I not lost the game yet? Yeah, this is a little, hard to do much of anything with. Because everything is moving really fast, and I have very poor control here. Suppose I could try using the joystick. It's not quite working. Oh, it's kinda working. And I do seem to have better, automatic firing without having to worry about stuff. The problem is if I let go of the controls, I just move up constantly. So maybe I need to center it better. Yeah, I think the game is gonna need timed intervals turned off. That's my guess. Although I will say, even with the with me not being able to stop moving, this is already way easier to control with the joystick. So This game definitely does not play well with the keyboard. If you try to play this game with the keyboard, it just laughs at you. Although all you hear while you're playing this game is... yeah, that firing sound effect. So yeah, you know what? This actually does feel like... This does feel like a PC game made as a conversion from a console game publisher. I don't know how many people are familiar with publishers doing PC ports of console games, or arcade games even, but with very few exceptions, a lot of them have this exact feel. Done in CGA graphics, with poor sound effects, no music, skippy frame rates, and just trying to be... or just having just sort of jankiness to it overall. Like, I mean, anybody who's played the official Pac-Man for PC knows what I'm talking about. It's the same sort of deal there. Yeah, it's the official Pac-Man game, but it doesn't feel right. And this feels like it's definitely a conversion from some real game that probably plays way better than this. But this does not feel right. Oh, and we suddenly went to CGA palette mode 1. Or is it 0? I forget. No, it's 0. He was using 1 to start with. Okay, so I think we've seen enough of this. This SIDEARMS game is pretty neat, pretty interesting, but it's definitely a poor man's conversion of something. Should probably look into what the actual game is supposed to be like, because it's probably not supposed to play like this. And lastly, from Jonathan Gosselin, we've got DOSGAMES /PD1 /PixelPuz. Probably stands for Pixel Puzzle, I'm gonna guess. I got a cheater dot pack, PixelPuz. And we also got a PP Maker, and space.lbm, so some deluxe paint files going on here. It's pretty big text files for both of them, so let's just run it. I guess PP Maker's like an editor, but Pixel Puzzler PC. So, do we not have any copyrights or anything? Oh, there's also mouse support. Let me quickly take a look at those text files off screen. Okay, I'm looking through the pixelpuz.txt file right now. This is supposed to be a game from the Big Blue Disc subscription service. So that kind of explains why there's no registration information or anything, because, as I mentioned before, Big Blue Disc was this, basically it was like a subscription service. Every couple months you'd get a disc in your mail that would have games and stuff on it. And apparently this is like a sort of jigsaw puzzle program. So, let's actually use the mouse here. So, set puzzle sizes. Let's not make it take forever. We'll do 5 by 5. Choose screen picture. Let's do hardware. And let's solve it. So here's what the picture's supposed to look like. Good old CGA graphics of, well, computer type stuff. Discs, mouse, some cables, and a card of some kind. And now it is scrambled. So how do I do this? So I push the button to pick up a piece, and I push it again to drop it down. And apparently it makes noise when I put it in the right spot. So this isn't too bad. Yeah, this is probably going to go pretty quick. I probably should have picked a larger size. Oh well. Finished in 28 moves. Press any button or key. Oh, that was so bad. Let's choose a different size. Let's go 8 by 8. That should be nice and crazy. Oh, I didn't want to solve this one again. Unfinished. Okay, and it looks like you can save and load your progress too. So choose screen. What does cheater look like? I'm just curious here. Oh, well that's actually kind of cool. It's like old 80s space theme here. Okay. This might actually be a little tricky. Although it tells you when it's in the right spot. Like right there. So we know this one is in the right spot now. Okay, why did it make that sound? It made a different sound, almost suggesting that the piece that moved into this spot was actually in the correct spot now. That's what I'm guessing anyways. Although it looks like a couple of these pieces are solid black, so actually quite a few of them. So that might make it a little challenging to get this right. Maybe that's why it was called cheater. Okay, yeah, so when it does make the lower tone noise, it's telling you that the piece that you moved didn't go in the right spot, but the piece you replaced the old spot with is in the right spot. And I just figured it out by matching this up here, because this was in the wrong spot, and I moved that over, but this one had the lower tone made because I moved something else where it was, so definitely a bit harder with a puzzle size like this. Also, it's kind of hard to do this in CGA, just from the nature of it. Okay, we're starting to get into the I don't know where the heck these pieces go territory. Oh boy. Okay, this one's out of place. There it goes. That was insane, because of all the pieces that were like solid black or just stars. Like, oh, at least I got it. Anywho, so that was Pixel Puzzler PC. Again, something from the Big Blue Disc Archive. Not a bad little jigsaw puzzle thing, although it's CGA only, so that kind of sucks, but, you know, it works. And it would have been a fun little thing to get in your bi-monthly subscriptions. Oh, and the PP Maker program is actually something made by John Romero, of all people. Apparently, this was from Big Blue Disc number 40 as well, according to this. But this program right here is just for converting between the file formats, from what I can tell.